Hello, International Breathing Institute, here Stefano Bravi. So, the topic of this video will be mainly voice placement. Now, what is voice placement? You have to place what? The voice? Voice in Latin means to say. Dire. To dire what? The spoken word, right? The spoken word. So, the spoken word is based on vowels and consonants. The first law. The second, you cannot place something you cannot see. Voice does not exist. You have to substitute the term voice, cioè dire, into the word of resonance. It's a frequency, it's a resonance. So you cannot place something that is not solid. You can place something that is solid here, but it's something it is not solid, like this or something else. How can you place it? How can you place the air, the resonance? Okay, this is the second. The third is that the sound waves, the resonance, doesn't fly in the air like a plane, like ooh, you know, when you take off. Doesn't go that way. You have to research yourself. So the sound waves moves in circular motions like this. They are circular. They are not straight. Now, how can you place something that it's even circular or it's even straight, even though straight is not correct and doesn't exist? There is only two ways you can do that. Or there is an invisible man inside your mouth placing the sound waves or the breath in some resonating chambers like the musk, the sinus, the head, the back of the throat, or, the larynx, depending on the school. So if there is not this invisible man taking the breath like a movie and placing it this or there, there is only one way you can place the voice, which means with your mind, with your thought, which is also wrong. You have to get rid of thoughts and get rid of the mind. What you have to do instead, you should do, which it is the correct way to do it, is opening the internal space. Because a piano sounds more than a guitar. Why? Because it's much bigger. Now, you have to disblock. This is what I do with this ancient breath work that I have learned many, many years ago. And I keep doing every day, many hours. So you have to disblock the internal space. So yes, the larynx go down. The epiglottis relax, the epiglottis and goes down. And the back of the throat, the rhinopharyngeal opens up. And the palate widens and whatever. So if you keep constricting the sound in this or that position, you will only close. That is not your original way of expressing yourself with your personal sound, with your personal timbro and freedom, right? So there are two laws about, girare la voce, giro, legato, very important, I will not describe it here. You have to disblock the spine. This is what I do. And chiropractic, I was talking to Tommaso, a chiropractic here working with me. So it's very important to disblock the whole system, the tendon, the muscle, the stiffness. And yes, relaxing the jaws and all this, internal cavities. This is what you have to do. You don't have to start singing on a closed and constricted system. Open up. And then, something very important as well, release the excessive pressures on the breathing apparatus. So people say, I sing with the diaphragm. Really? Well, when I've studied Chinese medicine, acupuncture, and many other cultures, there is not only one diaphragm. Depending on the culture, there are 4 or 8. And then, why singing from the diaphragm? You cannot apply the same law to every person. If it is good for me to breathe this way, which can be many ways, I will describe the breathing methods. There are at least 15 different breathing methods, right? So you cannot apply the same law in anything for everybody. For singing, for voice technique, voice, placement and breathing. So if you go to a teacher that tells you, oh, you have to do, you don't have to do anything. The only thing you have to do is rediscovering yourself, your inner master. I don't like to quote any other singers, but Corelli and, Pertile used to say, this is very important. Study yourself inside. Find what it is good for you. For you. You are unique. This is why you got fingerprints. You're unique like fingerprints. So why do you copy? Don't copy. Don't emulate. Take out the best of yourself in singing, in life, and be unique. So what is your effort about? Is finding your breathing method that it works for you. The vocal expression and beauty that works for you.